live, so I want everybody to come on in and introduce yourself. And today's video is called I Found the Cure for Growing 4C Natural Hair, right? So what we're going to talk about in this video is not just the cure, but everything that I've been talking about at the beginning of the year when starting these lives, and that is consistency. That is, we're going to talk about procrastination today. We're going to talk about creating healthy habits, but not like I'm going to say you got to have a healthy habit, right? I'm going to actually show you guys how I actually created that habit. Like, how did I start? And I think the biggest thing with any like newly natural, or starting any new like habit or journey, right? The hardest part is getting started. The hardest part is showing up, right? So I'm going to give you guys some simple things that I still do this day, okay? Maintain my length, to continue to retain my maintain my standards. And I started off the beginning of this year with a really like powerful quote that you all like too, but the quote was, no one accidentally grows long hair. No one just wakes up and just have a full head of healthy hair, right? Like, it's not on purpose. It is a very intentional act. So if you are having problems with doing these healthy habits routinely, right? If that is your struggle, today's video is for you, okay? So let's be honest, when we go natural, it's not like a light switch just click on and all of a sudden we are living like this natural whole foods lifestyle. It's not how it works at all. And I have to say this before we go into like my notes here. The reason why you're not confident in your natural hair, the reason why you have a hard time embracing your natural hair is because you haven't proven to yourself yet, hear me, yet, that you can grow and retain this, right? Like, there's absolutely no proof from yourself yet, okay? That is the reason why you're having a hard time. And every time that you push off your wash day and you do something, well, you don't do something that you said you was gonna do, right? You are literally showing yourself that you can't do this. Okay, so my focus for today's video is to show you how to stop proving to yourself that you can't grow healthy, natural hair. And if this is the first time on these lives for you, right, you got to know that I'm looking back and forth is because I'm on YouTube Live and I'm on Instagram Live at the same freaking time. So introduce yourself in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions. How this normally goes is I do my little spiel first. We talk about the giveaways that we're doing for 2022, and then I look at the chat because your girl can read and talk at the same time, okay? So the number one thing I did, and I still do this to this day, is I stop, hear me, I stopped setting hair goals. Like, I really stopped doing that, and I started to just focus on the 24 hours that was in front of me. Here is the thing, when you set these hair grows, although it might be fun to say, hey, I want to grow 3 inches by the end of the year, or I want to have armpit length or tailbone length, whatever your hair goals are, right? Here's the thing that you're not considering is your health, your mental health, and your physical health for that entire year. Like, you have no control over that come January 1st. You have no idea how your life is going to look 12 months from that specific date. You understand what I'm saying? So if you just stop going so far in the future and you just come back to the present and just focus on the 24 hours that's in front of you, I guaranteed you will probably go further than you thought that you would. Boom. That is it, right? And also that allowed me to stop comparing myself to other people because I adapted the mindset And this is not hard to do, people. It is what it is. Whatever it's going to be at the end of the year is what it's going to be. I am not doing no scalp massages. I am not measuring my length. And if you follow this channel for some time now, you will know that I normally don't even stretch my hair out to show people how long my hair is. Now, I've started doing that for thumbnails. However, in an actual video, I have no need, I have no desire to show people how long my hair is, right? Because I stopped living in the present. I mean the future. I started living in the present. I stopped comparing myself to other people to say, hey, I want to have her goals or her hair goals by XYZ date. Okay, so first thing first is you got to start focusing on the 24 hours that's in front of you and stop living so far in the future. And believe me, it helped. I just want to say, attach with that. Okay, you have to stop, absolutely stop giving so much value to praises. You have to understand that if you have praises like on this high pedestal, if it makes you so high, let me reword this. You have to stop getting high off praises. If praises make you so high, you have to know that negative comments are going to make you real low. Okay, so stop adding so much value to other people's praises, and that automatically, I'm sorry Instagram, we disconnecting, but that automatically is going to shift your energy to stop giving negative comments so much value too. You just gonna remain neutral, and that is the goal from other people. Okay, so number 2 is I started approaching my hair care with habit stacking. Now, let me explain how that works. And honestly, I approach every goal this way. So if you want other examples that's not hair related, that, you know, I apply habit stacking with, just let me know in the chat. But habit stacking is taking a current habit that you already have and combining it with a new habit that you want to incorporate. Let me give you guys an example. In the beginning of my journey, I had the hardest time, like routinely deep conditioning my hair. One, I didn't think, I didn't think that deep conditioning was so vital in the beginning. Yes, how I think. Y'all get what I'm saying. But I didn't think deep conditioning was so vital at the beginning of my journey. So that was the first thing. 2, I just felt like it was so freaking time consuming. So what I did was I would always shampoo my hair, which was my current habit. And I stopped using regular rinse out conditioners and just replaced it with deep conditioning. Now, here's the thing. You can't, especially if you have curly, coily hair, you can't just shampoo. Your hair gonna be hard, right? You need like that conditioner to soften up your hair. So instead of using a rinse out, I would just solely go straight to a deep conditioner. Okay, now here is what I don't want you to do when you're first starting this. I don't want you to focus on how long you deep condition. I don't want you to focus on whether you should have a rotation in place, because that's not the goal. The goal is to first show up. Okay, so if you replace that deep conditioner with the regular rinse out conditioner, if you do your hair in a shower, here is what that look like. I put the deep conditioner on my hair, put a plastic back on, I shower, and then I rinse out my hair. I am not counting the minutes. I am not like setting a timer off or anything. I am not also concerned about if it's a protein rich deep conditioner or if it's a moisture rich deep conditioner. That is not the goal. Don't overthink this. Just do the deep conditioning part to it. Okay, so here is also what this looked like in the beginning for me. Now, we all know, especially starting off, especially if you're dealing with or you're suffering from dryness, that you have to routinely, probably like once a week, wash your hair. Now, if you're suffering from dryness, I said this on another video, you might want to, wash your hair, deep condition your hair twice a week. However, if your first step is just showing up every week, let's just focus on that. So there are going to be times at the beginning of your journey where laziness come into the picture, right? And let me first identify what I mean by laziness. Laziness is when I was okay mentally, I was okay physically, right? And I just preferred to do something else. I'm not talking about burnout. I'm not talking about feeling stressed. I'm talking about I'm okay here, I'm okay physically, but I prefer to just watch TV. So here is what I did when I pushed off my wash day. I didn't do my wash day. I was just not in the mindset to do my wash day. Instead, what I did was I put my shampoo and my deep conditioner in the shower, and that's all I would do, and I would stop there. Let me tell you how this looks the next day. I would not think about doing my wash day. The only thing that I will focus on is saturating my hair in water. That's it. Because I have a routine, like I know when my hair is drowning like in water, I'm gonna reach for a shampoo. Like this, I'm not refreshing anything, right? I'm gonna reach for a shampoo. So instead of thinking about going through this whole wash day, I'm just focused on saturating my hair in water, and my hand is automatically going to that shampoo, and I'm just getting started. Now, I'm getting started. I'm not going to shampoo without deep conditioning or using a conditioner, right? I am just focused on getting that first step out the way. Automatically, my hand is going to go to that shampoo. My hair is freaking dry now, so now I have to deep condition because I don't replace my regular conditioner, right? Now that I'm already started, it's easy to finish. Sometimes in the beginning, we do too much thinking where we think ourselves out of the situation before we start the situation. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that happens a lot in my life, and not just concerning hair. Like, it applies to other things in my life. So my message to you today is, if you're having like problems getting started, just do or focus on that one step. And that one step may not be, okay, let me just shampoo. That one step may be, like it was for me, saturate your hair in water first, and then allow your body to auto perform. Let me know if that makes sense, okay? Because if you think about it, we're running on autopilot for majority of our day. You ever got home and don't even know how you got there, right? You just ended up in the driveway or in front of the house. It's because that's a routine for you, and you don't have to think about it, right? So approach your hair care the same way. If you're lazy, just put your shampoo in the shower, and then the next day only focus on saturating your hair with water. Okay, now let me tell you guys, when you do step 1 and you do step 2, that is going to automatically, like, just naturally boost your confidence, because you're doing your hair or maintaining your routine without even giving thought to it. However, there is a third part to this that you have to do, and that is you have to change the way you talk to yourself in regards to your natural hair, and maybe about some other things in life, right? You really, really have to adjust that self-talk. And I'm going to tell you guys what I did in the beginning. First, let me share for those who are new. It took a long time for me to, like, accept my hair, right? It really, really did. And it wasn't until my mom passed away that I was able to stop. I don't know how else to say this, but I was able to stop giving a fuck about other people's feelings. It took for that to happen because my priorities just shifted, okay? However, after that, my negative self-talk was still the same. Although I didn't care about what other people, like how other people viewed me, I still had that same story in my head about how I felt about myself. Now, this is how you change that. And it takes practice. I want you to hear me. Just like this habit stacking, step 1 and step 2 takes practice. Step 3 definitely takes practice. And anybody who I talk to via phone or live chat, if you ever had like a one-on-one call with me, y'all know I mention this. And this is probably the number one thing that everybody skips because they don't think that it's important. And I'm here to tell you now, lean in for this. This is probably the most important tip that I can give you today. Okay, so step 3 is, or tip 3, whatever you want to call it, is you have to change your self-talk. And this is how you do it. Every time I walk past the mirror, I don't care where I was. I could be outside at somebody else's house, at my house. I would stop and I would look at myself directly in the eyes, because sometimes I've come to realize when I get in the mirror, I'm looking at everything but myself. I'm fixing my hair. I'm noticing, a spot on my face. I'm seeing if my brow is like tight enough, whatever, right? But I would stop and I would intentionally look at myself in the eyes and I would just smile at myself. Just smile. If you are into talking to yourself, and a lot of people are not comfortable with like literally just talking to themselves, and I get it because we got so many misconceptions around that. If you want to take this to the next step, just say, "Hi, beautiful," and smile at yourself. And naturally, you're going to feel your energy shift. Believe me, like I cannot tell you guys how important this is. To this day, I am having full conversations in the mirror with myself. And it makes me feel amazing. But if you're just starting off on this journey with talking to yourself and changing your self-talk, I want you to just smile at yourself. That is it. Don't say anything. And if you want to take this to the next level, just say, "Hello, beautiful. How are you?" That is it. You need to realize that you're beautiful. If you don't realize that, it really shouldn't matter who it comes from, right? It really shouldn't matter. We have to stop looking for outside validation and start looking inward. And I promise you, it starts with looking at yourself. Not just looking at your skin, not looking at other marks on your body, but looking directly into your own eyes and smiling at yourself. That is how it starts. This is another form of habit stacking. However, I want to call it cue stacking for some reason, because you're not taking an existing habit. What you're doing is you're noticing a cue, which is the mirror, and you're stopping in it and you're intentionally, adding that new habit. So I don't know what it's called, but when you see a mirror, regardless of where you are, stop and address yourself and smile at yourself. And I guarantee you that is going to take you further than anything. Okay, so that is the 3 things that I started to do at the beginning of my journey. that is the 3 things that I still do today in my journey, because it makes me feel amazing, because it helps me retain my standards, because it changes how I identify myself, especially when I'm stressed out. Now, again, if you guys are struggling with any new habits that you want me to add my 2 cents to, I can't help with everything, but let me know in the live chat. Definitely post those questions there. Now, while you guys are posting those questions, I'm just going to recap really quick, and then we're going to go into our giveaways for 2022. And then I'm going to answer any questions that you guys have. So just recap. Remain in the present. Stop setting future goals. Just remain on the 24 hours in front. Just focus on the 24 hours in front of you. Okay. Number 2, eliminate overthinking. Like, seriously, if you're feeling lazy, just go put your shampoo and deep conditioner. And I would even take it a step further. Just use staple products that you know that's going to work for you. So you don't have to, decide on products that you think go together or don't go together. Like, you want to take that overthinking part of it out of the equation completely. Just put a staple shampoo or a staple and a staple deep conditioner that you know works for you in the shower. The next time you shower, saturate your hair with water, and I guarantee your hand is going to automatically grab that shampoo. Once you start, believe me, it's going to be a snowball. It's going to keep going. Okay? And third, last but not least, I hope you all realize that all of these 3 habits are like taking a habit and just building off. Don't recreate the wheel. Don't add any extra step in your calendar. But last but not least, start looking in your own eyes. Start talking to yourself. Start addressing yourself. Start smiling at yourself. And stop waiting for other people to give you that acknowledgement. Give it to yourself. And it starts by every time you see a mirror. And I don't even care if it's your reflection and you're walking down the street and it's a department store and you can see yourself in their window. Stop. Address yourself. You are important. You are a priority. Stop and address yourself. This doesn't have to take a minute. This can literally take 5 seconds or less. So it's not hard, okay? Now, if you are participating in our giveaways for 2022, you definitely want to leave your purple heart to let me know that you want credit for being on this live, or share your story, leave a comment with your purple heart if you want to be included. Okay, if you do not know what we're doing this year in regards to our giveaways and you want the details, I want to encourage you to come back. I want to encourage you to come back to the recording and look in the description box and see that link, okay? Because it's just too long to go over it in this video, but you can see the link about the details to the description, the giveaways in the description box after I end the recording. Now, if you are on Instagram, you can literally just DM me the keyword giveaways, and then I'll shoot you out that video, okay? So for this giveaway, I'm sponsoring it myself, and next month will be Love Naturals, who will be sponsoring the giveaway for June. And after that, I have personally decided to just do sponsoring for the giveaway for the rest of the year. Like, the products are just going to come from me personally. Love Naturals is probably going to be the last brand that we work with, but don't worry if you're curious about like what kind of products that I'm going to be giving away. I'll also leave a link to my staples that I absolutely love on my hair. I am only going to be giving away products that work for me because I don't want to send y'all off. And that is it. That is it. And if you're on the replay, do not hesitate to leave a comment and leave your purple heart on the replay so that I can see that you're participating and give you credit. And I do not know when I will announce the winner, but as soon as I'm done with the counting of the votes, please give me like 2 days. I'll post it. So really quick, if you're on Instagram and you're participating in a giveaway and you're leaving your purple heart, it is so important that you come back to the replay and comment with a purple heart, because after I end this live, I cannot see the live chat. So we are going to do Instagram chat first, and then I'm going to look at YouTube. Excuse me, people. Sorry. I appreciate y'all joining me today. I'm having one of my days where, I'm just tongue twisted, and I feel like that's okay, and I don't have a problem with it. So, hi Instagram. Hello, beautiful people. Everybody just waving. Waving. Thank you guys for coming on. Do you have I'm thinking that's a channel. Ms. Perkins, yes, ma'am. So I am on YouTube at Jheri Johnson, and if you look at my profile spelling, it's spelled the same way on YouTube. Simple. So yes, Instagram, please check me out on YouTube too. I love your shirt. Thank you. Flawless Mindset is actually produced by my cousin, and I have a family who is just all about like mental health. So if you want, if you DM me Flawless, the keyword Flawless, I'll send you his website. But yes, he makes all shirts around mindset, and Flawless is his brand. That didn't sound right. His brand is all about the mindset, and Flawless is the name of his brand. Okay, I said that right. Let's see. Okay, Queen, please come back and comment with your purple heart so that I know that you want credit. Please don't just leave it in the live chat. So everybody was just saying hello and waving on Instagram. Let's go to YouTube. Hey, beautiful people. Okay, so Gina says, hey, Jheri, currently sitting under the dryer, finishing up my hair. Whoop, whoop. Gina is in our Facebook group at My Natural Hair Life. You guys, if you ever want to join us on Facebook, let me get the link for that too. I'll have it in the description box too after the live. But Gina is one of our all-stars on Facebook. If you need motivation for maintaining like your wash day commitments, you definitely want to join us on Facebook. Definitely want to join us on Facebook. Thank you, Gina, for joining us. Hi, Miss Hill. Hey, Sasha. Let's see. Pens and notebooks in hand. Oh, thank you. Hey, Carol. All right. I got all my queens from Facebook on this live. Y'all are so sweet. Everybody saying hello. Okay, makes total sense. I found once I start, it becomes easier. Yes. Yes. So I bake cakes, and once I start cracking eggs, I just fall into the rest. Absolutely, Miss Williams. And again, I do habit stacking with other things in life. For example, with my kids, I'm like, okay, after you brush your teeth, wash your face. We all was taught that growing up, right? And we didn't realize what it was. With my weight loss journey, after I finished eating, to prevent myself from overeating, I brush my teeth. You get what I'm saying? So don't try to recreate anything. Take what's already in existence for you. Like, what is something that you already do routinely with your hair that you probably don't think is amazing, that is a big deal, but you do it without thinking? And then say, okay, after I do this, I'm going to do, you know, whatever the new habit is, right? Like, train your mind like that. Instead of saying, oh, I'm going to do 14 DIYs for the year, and I'm going to do 18 scalp massages, and then I should have X amount of inches. That's not going to work, because you don't know what your life is going to look like 12 months from now. You get what I'm saying? And plus, those things really don't work anyway. It's the consistency of doing the right things that helps your hair grow, that helps your hair remain on your head. That's what make that is what make a difference in your journey. Okay. Hey KJ, having company in 30 minutes. I wish I could stay. Oh, I appreciate you joining anyway, Maggie. Come back to the replay. You probably off already. Third step, I think, is difficult for some of us. We're not comfortable looking at ourselves. It is absolutely true, Miss Hill. Absolutely. Thank you for the encouragement. I know when starting off, I noticed how much, like, I wasn't aware of how much I avoided looking at myself when I intentionally tried to start looking at myself. And it is going to be uncomfortable. It is. So that's why I say that you need a cue in order to start it, right? Like, creating a new habit of, like, addressing yourself, right, is the new habit. But we walk past our reflection. We walk past mirrors all the freaking time, right? So if you try to train your mind, oh, there goes a mirror. Well, let me look into my own eyes and smile, right? It would be so much easier versus saying, okay, every day I'm going to tell myself to love myself. Like, you have no cues. You have no reminders to, like, prompt that habit to even start. Let me know if that makes sense. I just feel like if you have a prompt to work with, it will become much easier for you to do it, right? I'm not saying addressing yourself is easy. I'm saying you need a reminder to do it, and then once you do it, over time, it's going to become easier. That's what worked for me, and I really hope that it works for you. I really hope. Okay. Mirror work can be challenging, but worth it. Absolutely, Sean. Absolutely. Oh my God, the Payton family, thank you for the $2 donation. I appreciate that. Thank you. Absolutely. It's definitely going to be challenging when you start. Right? It's definitely going to be challenging. But so is any other new habit, right? Like, you have to build that muscle. The goal is to start to put a plan in place to start to build the muscle. Thank you, Sean. Yes, I'm so happy that you love the Facebook group. So for those who don't know, we are on Facebook at My Natural Hair Life, and that is probably where I spend majority of my time, and then probably Instagram, and then probably YouTube, right? But because it is a private group, it is so much more, I don't want to say intimate, but the connection is, I don't know how to say it. I don't know. I'm having a day. I don't know how to say it. But we can build a stronger relationship in Facebook versus on Instagram or YouTube in a live chat, because we can go back and forth. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's see. I'm Wednesday on wash day. Staying okay. Yes, thank you, Sean. So we do a wash day. I call it accountability post, but we do wash day shout outs, and that is just me reminding you to show up for yourself, right? I think that was the number one struggle that I had in the beginning of my journey, and it was literally just showing up for myself. So I want to help you guys by shouting you out on Facebook when it's your wash day. So you can go to Facebook and post the day of the week that you normally wash your hair, and then I will shout you out. Also, the really big thing about Facebook is when you come across a problem, you get your question answered within minutes. Probably not just by me, probably by the ladies who know, who are veteran naturals in our group, will come and attack you and make sure that you're okay. So that is probably the number one benefit to the group. Let's see. Just check Instagram really quick. Okay, nobody said anything. Okay, guys, that is all that I have for you today. And I really hope that this helped, because it definitely helped me at the beginning of my journey. It is not enough to just say you should have healthy habits. It is not enough to say, hey, schedule your wash day weekly, if you don't know how to get started, right? So this is exactly how I got started. This is exactly what I still do today in my journey. But once you develop these habits, they turn into standards for yourself. Those standards turn into how you identify yourself. And believe me, when you identify yourself with someone who does what or he says, and you keep promises to yourself, believe me, your confidence is going to go up dramatically. Again, the only reason why you're not comfortable with your own hair is because you haven't proven to yourself yet that you can do this. The only way to prove to yourself that you can do this is by holding to the stuff that you put out there. If you say you're gonna wash your hair once a week, right? And you wash your hair once a week, you're going to gain confidence in yourself. Let me turn this outward. If you had a friend, it could be anybody, who say they're gonna show up at 7 o'clock, and they keep showing up at like 9, 10, or don't show up at all, you lose confidence in themselves, in them. It's the same thing with yourself. If you say you're gonna do something and you don't show up, all you're doing is proving yourself right that you can't do this. Okay? So the goal to this is to prove yourself wrong and show yourself that you can do this. And the way you do that is by focusing on the 24 hours in front of you. That's it. And that is with any habit that you try to create in life. Okay? All right, guys. I love you guys. Now, our next live will be the last Sunday in June. Remember, we're only doing this once a month, and it's always the last Sunday of the month. Give me about 2 days to, get everybody a name in the pile for our giveaway. And then we just gonna take it from there. If you need anything, join us on Facebook. Excuse me. If you're on Instagram, you can just DM me. If you want to join us on Facebook and you're from Instagram, just DM me the keyword Facebook, and then I'll send you that link. Until next time, guys, I'm out of here with my bad vocabulary, and I love y'all. Okay? Bye, you.